how I got into communication, specifically working with leaders. I remember it was in 10th grade. So, 7th through 10th, I knew that I wanted to do communications, but I didn't know what that would necessarily look like. But I'd figured out two things. I loved it and I was good at it. And I think if you can just add that triangle of what also is going to support you, you've got the perfect trifecta there, right? But I had 2 out of the 3 at that point. When I was in 10th grade, I remember it was a history teacher. I think I've heard it on your podcast too previously, of rising tides rise all ships.
Lifts all boats, yeah,
lifts all boats. And he made this comment, and I said under my breath, I was kind of sitting in the front of the room, so he heard it. I wasn't trying to foment anything or be disruptive, but I said, well, he could be the moon. And he, the teacher kind of let it pass. But he approached me after class, again, as usual, as a new kid, had to remind me, you have to raise your hand in this class if you want to say something. But what do you mean you could be the moon? And I had mentioned to him that comment is very, very commonly attributed to JFK, right? He's talking about, I know it was more popularized by him, even though it had been around before, when he was in the 1960s talking about the economic development, all that. So we started having this conversation about that. And I mentioned, JFK, he's the president. He could be the moon in that situation. And I want to be the moon. I don't want to just rise the tide. I want to control it.